Great. Well, thank you so much for joining in the first monthly geo testing call. I thought this would be a good idea to schedule this as a regular thing so that we can start to have testing be more of a focus inside of the geo team on a regular basis. I'm not sure if the format is the right thing, but I thought that let's start with the first one and see how we get on. And well, we can take it from there, really. The document we're using is the geo discussions document that I've put in the Slack channel. I'll add it to the agenda going forward. So yeah, that's sort of set the scene to start with. I'm also just going to change my view so that we're recording the gallery view. There we go. So yeah, I thought the most important thing to start off with today was just to sort out what items need to be on the agenda for today and what should be standing items in future calls. So Jenny, I wasn't sure if there's anything you wanted to add here.
No, I think the three items you have here is a good framework for this discussion.
Okay. Well, as we go, feel free to add, change, make adjustments. Like I said, because this is the first one, let's just see how we get on.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one on the agenda there is bug triaging. So Jenny, you'd sent a message asking if how to best continuously alert us that we need to be prioritizing all of the bugs. So as part of the scheduling call that happens on the Fridays, we've started having that as one of the standing items on that agenda so that we go through that. And Fabian and I have gone through and triaged all of the existing bugs to have them have a priority and severity. And now any new ones that come in on the Friday call, we will just have to deal with the hopefully few that pop up in that week, or hopefully none that pop up in that week, so that they're just taken care of as and when, rather than it having to be an event that happens. It'll just happen on a weekly basis. So I wasn't sure if there's any other reporting on that you need to be doing or putting forward to the, like, I don't actually know how quality works with this. So
no, the main ask from Tanya was just to make sure that there are severity and priority labels on all the bugs. So it sounds like those are going to be getting addressed each Friday during the scheduling calls. So that was basically what I wanted to make sure was happening, and I just wanted to I was just checking if I needed to be sending updates, but it sounds like this is the most efficient way of doing it. So,
well, at least then it's part of the process, and it's not a special edition that has to happen when people remember. Right. It'll happen as a matter of fact. It's just a matter of course on the calls.
Yeah, that's great.
I imagine that what might happen next is reporting that we're actually getting through fixing it, but I think that's a separate problem. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take us through the current work in progress items that you're looking at?
What I've been doing personally?
Yes, or with the team, or just updating us to what's going on there.
So I've been working on one of our goals for the quality team is to close all the end-to-end gaps in our testing. So I've been adding some new end-to-end tests for Geo. I've just been starting with the wiki, just verifying wiki pushes. Fabian, I had made a spreadsheet, which I can send a link to, when I was evaluating the coverage. And there were some other areas where I wanted to verify if there were lower level tests. I haven't gotten to that point, but I had mentioned that to Rachel, and she suggested maybe having a call with an engineer might be the most efficient way of going over what already exists for that. Let me just send that a link. Right. Put it in that thread. Okay. And then Fabian had also gone through the table and added some more tests around replication verification of Docker registries. Yeah, just looking at it. So that's what's going on with end-to-end tests. And then I've also been working with Ash on automating the testing of the no downtime upgrades. We broke that down. Well, we created an epic and broke that down into issues. I've been working on creating a rake test to run the a subset of the smoke tests just continuously during the upgrade process. And I'll be checking in with Ash on that because I'm a little bit stuck, but that's what I've been working on right now. Yeah, so those are the two areas. Sorry, my phone. That I've been focusing on. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. So.
No, not to worry. And is there anything in particular that you need to raise awareness of inside of the team, or anything that needs attention?
I will. Well, so there was that reviewing the lower level test coverage with an engineer. I will need to do that. It's just not in terms of priority. It hasn't come floated up to the top yet, but that is something that I should cover. And then also once I get to the tests for like the end-to-end tests regarding Docker registries, I'll need some assistance with that, or even just planning in general. The best way to do the checking that these types of files got replicated. I don't know if I just look at the display on the node page, or if there's another way to do that. So in general, it sounds like, yeah, if I can have some time with an engineer to go over those things, that's going to be my next step for those tests.
Okay. Well, I think as soon as you're ready to chat with someone, I think the best thing to do is to put a message on the Geo channel saying that you're ready, and then we can schedule some time in soon thereafter.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. I'm sure if Fabian was on this call, he'd have 1,000 questions. But we are recording it so that he can watch the recording later, also that everyone can watch the recording later. Is there anything else from anyone on the call that you want to ask questions about to go over, or any conversations that we need to have since we're together?
Yeah, this is like a prime time to have all these people here at the same time. But I really think the next step, I'm gonna have to look back at the tests or the lower level gaps and just go over those with somebody. I'm a little on the spot right now. But yeah, in general, I think the next step is for me to talk with an engineer. Unfortunately, I'm not prepared to do that right now during the call.
No, that makes sense, and it's probably something that's best having some time booked out with someone and then going through the specific things that you need to go over together, rather than do that on a multi-call with loads of people on it. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions that I wanted to cover. I think at the moment we are in terms of like a development cycle, we're coming to the end of a number of pieces of work, and there's another set of work that's already queued and ready, like waiting for engineers to be picked up. So I think it's still some time until Fabian's going to be ready to start like investigating brand new pieces of work where we need to get you involved right from the beginning. I think with the work that's coming up now, because it was mostly planned by the time we arrived, we haven't been able to, have proper discussions around how the testing for all of those pieces should work. But I think that the end-to-end test for the Docker registry replication will be a good start for the other types of replication that we need to be adding. I think once we figure out how to perform that testing, it might carry through to the other types as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anything else from anyone on the call? It's been quite a short discussion, but yeah, we still have some time if anyone else has anything to add. Okay. Well, I don't hear many things, so I think we'll wrap up the call. But yeah, keen to hear thoughts afterwards. If this format works, if we need to do this on a monthly basis, or if this should be rolled. Actually, we may as well talk about it now. Do we think that we should keep doing this as a separate call on a monthly basis, or do you think this is something that we can roll into the Geo team call that we have that's also on a monthly basis?
I think it makes sense to be 2 separate calls, but
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
I'm just taking a note of that.
What we can do for the future calls is I can make, I'll have a list or some kind of outline of what I want to go, like specific things to go through, just to make the most of our time.
Yeah, I think it's also fine if you want to dig into specific issues on this call as well. I think this might be a way to jumpstart some of the conversations that you need to have separately, but it's already time that people have set aside in their calendar to be talking about testing specific things. So I think if there are very specific questions that you want to get into, I do think that it would be okay to do that here.
Okay.
Yeah. And if we do find that it's getting far off into the weeds, then we can say, right, now it's time to have that as a separate book conversation. But
Okay.
yeah, I think it's good to have a constant. It'll be good to have a concentrated time where people are already available. Great. Okay. Well, I'll give some time back, hopefully to continue thinking about testing, but I'll give some time back.
All right.
Thanks so much. And we do have the Geo team call tomorrow, so looking forward to seeing you all on that, hopefully as well, time permitting. Great. Thanks
All right.
so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.